Hello and welcome to the final 9 of the Jonesboro Open presented by Play It Again Sports, powered by Prodigy, part of the Disc Golf Pro Tour. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
And I'm Madison Walker. We are your two hot geese.
Honk, everybody. We are watching Kristin Tattar absolutely just dominate this event. She has 8 strokes on Missy Gannon, who's in second, Kat Mertsch and Hanson trying to chase down that second place spot, and some chase cart ladies not too far behind.
There's a lot of birdies on the back as well. What's cool about this course is pretty much every hole is birdieable by most of the field. The conditions got a little calmer as the day went on, but we're still dealing with some gusty winds, but a lot of action could happen on this back 9, although I think Kristin is safe and sound.
Sure seems like it.
Yeah. Hole 10 is the third most difficult hole of the day, and it's always in the top 3. And I think that just comes from the element of being difficult to birdie. Most shots are going to turn over by this dead log on the right-hand side and end up in that shoal. It's really hard to get out of and very easy to bogey from. Most people are going to try to throw something a little straighter because this headwind will hold it before instead of letting it go right.
We have seen Kat throw some great shots on this hole. Get inside the circle. She birdied it day 1. I'm trying to remember if she birdied it yesterday. There's the wind. That is so straight. It's like way too far.
Yeah, didn't get that late flip that she wanted that we saw her on the first couple of rounds. It's not bad out there though.
Yeah, I mean she should have something. It's open on one side. I'm so curious. We'll see.
Ella keeping it nice and low, not letting it go too far.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's because she just spins the disc so much. That was an FD, and she gets great ground action. Straight skip into the circle.
Wow, so much ground play.
Yeah, awesome.
Kristin working that left side, doesn't get the turn on that she wants. Maybe early releases a little bit, but it spits back out to the edge of those bushes.
Should hopefully be able to pitch up for a par. Missy with the trusty thrasher. And that's a good shot. It's going to fade a little left. As long as she's out of the trees, she's fine.
Yeah, I think that's her game plan here. Not trying to do anything crazy. Just accept the par. There is a hill behind the basket that can come into play if you don't land your disc flat.
Yeah, it really discourages you from running it from circle 2.
Even the layup feels a little scary on this one.
Missy just laying up. All right, let's see where Kat is.
Ooh.
Yeah, I thought it could be bad, but she's
a little gap.
Yeah.
No big deal.
That was well done. I don't even want to call that a gap. A small window. Ella for a total highlight birdie here.
Amazing. No, just a wee bit short. There were 3 birdies on the day. And normally I'd be like, that's surprising. But then the way our field is playing these days, I'm not even surprised anymore.
Yeah, Rebecca Cox on my card got it. And that was right when the wind and the rain hit us. Like, none of us even watched the shots. We were hiding under a tent. And she, like, pretty much parked it.
Wow.
It was awesome. I mean, I assume it was awesome. I didn't watch it.
That's such a Rebecca type shot too, after being trained at Idlewild her whole life.
So everyone just taking a par and moving on.
That's kind of the story of this hole. You can hear that wind is still roaring.
Hole 11, you are throwing up and over a hill, kind of forces the disc nose up. Our lead card ladies don't seem to have a problem with that though. You're trying to get around this corner and land in the middle of this field, maybe a little bit farther left. Setting up ideally a sidearm second shot and cutting right late here to give yourself a putt. This hill kind of collects the discs and leaves you longer putts than you'd want. Up in the right hand corner, guys, I know you're probably tired of hearing it, but go check out our merch. If you buy more merch, maybe we'll stop talking about it so much.
We will be changing the merch up as the year goes on as well, so keep checking back. Maybe we'll have something that you like if you didn't find something you liked before.
good distance from Kat. She's past the first corner into the second one, so at the very least, she should be able to par the hole.
It was a headwind here, so that nose-up angle that you're forced to throw does make this shot very touchy. Ella has had no issues with it in days prior, and she continues that trend today.
DD3, and she gets a little bit farther than Kat does, beating the corner and leaving a pretty short upshot at a great angle. Kristin with a drive. Look at that low shot, just barely cresting the hill, kind of taking the wind out of play.
Yeah, punching it through, getting really far and straight. She'll have a very abrupt angle for her shot to the green now.
Missy with her Tour Series Thrasher. It's pulled a little right. And I didn't really see what happened to it.
It looks like it filtered through the branches but got kicked left.
Oh yeah, so she's just on the edge of that first corner. She'll just be playing for par here. Solid shot to get out into the middle.
This played as the second most difficult hole on the day. That doesn't surprise me. The birdie is tough here, especially with the screaming headwind. And then you get to this shot, even though you're turning 90 degrees from the initial fairway, and it's somehow also a headwind.
Yeah, I know. It always feels like it. And that's kind of the typical, I don't want to say mistake, but challenge of the hole. It's so hard to get up the hill. Like, you can't really count on the ground play. You have to keep it in the air to get into the circle.
So even with Kat finding that corner, not quite getting the distance, she still has a standstill sidearm, and she still almost makes it.
Almost got it. That was a great angle.
Ella just throwing a chip sidearm to the green. She wants to keep it high to get it to filter all the way to the basket, and she does just that.
Yeah, perfect. Missy likely going a little higher as well. And fading hard. Perfect.
There's that one low-hanging branch if you do go past the basket that can come into play on your putt. Kat still has a long putt for her birdie. No big deal. Kristin from circle 2. Still throwing a standstill.
I know. I've seen her step like one time.
Mm-hmm.
She'll just be taking the par, though. Missy for a solid par save.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
Pretty solid putting showing today. Now we've seen a few missed ones, but overall, like, these ladies are doing it. Putting it together, tee to green.
This is Ella for birdie. Oh, yeah. One of only 4 on the day. Katrina Allen, Macy Vela Diaz, and Raven Klein also got birdies of their own. Hole 12 is a very fun tee shot. It's 535 feet total, but you only have to be able to throw about 360 to get over this out of bounds section through the middle. You kind of want to be a little more left to open up your second shot, but being on the right is fine too. The second shot is very steep uphill, and then the basket, you have to crest the hill and push forward. It's a very steep green, so your landing has to be soft and flat, or else you can easily pick up and roll downhill hundreds of feet.
Hundreds. Ella has been absolutely crushing this shot. I think she's thrown a cloud breaker there. That's huge.
Crushed.
Trying to figure out if that's a katana or a destroyer.
She's on the upslope of the hill. Wow.
Yeah,
I would guess katana there. That got
That's
some
what it
nice
looked
flip
like.
up.
Her distance is just, I don't know. It just seems farther than she's been throwing recently, but.
I hear she hits the gym too.
Kristin way across as well, a little bit lower line. Missy, a little bit lower line as well, and easily across.
I know it seems like Missy is throwing significantly shorter, but I mean, she's still throwing every bit of 370 feet with that drive that she just threw.
Absolutely.
Everyone else is just... Distance does reward here at Jonesboro.
Missy should have some kind of risky putt.
Ella opting for a sidearm. She wants to land right of this tree about 50 feet. That was a great looking shot. Looks like she's right around circle's edge on the high side.
Yeah, man, you really want to park this one or go too far and leave yourself more of an uphill putt versus the downhill putt is very intimidating. Cat going sidearm as well, and I think it's that inside the circle. Yeah, this one's so weird being blind. You're like, it looked good. I don't know. That was good.
That was great. And a nice flat skip as well.
Yeah, that softer plastic harp that Kristin throws really bites down nicely.
Cat not trying to do anything crazy here. That wind is really gusting on this green. And it was swirling too. Ella,
Yeah.
man, Ella's laying up.
Must be bad.
Yeah.
Looks like Missy's going for it. She has a little bit better angle. She's not going straight down at it. Yeah. Cash.
Great putt from Missy. Still around 25, 28 feet.
Doesn't matter that she was shortest off the tee. That upshot and putt game is strong, and she gets 2 strokes on both Cat and Ella.
And
Kristin doesn't even need it.
yeah, just effortless.
Still just getting those birdies.
just collecting them at this point. Still want a Cat Mertch mic'd up round.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep asking for it.
We'll petition.
Looking at the leaderboard, Missy still holding on to that second place, and our lead card still holding on to their positions. Katrina, Holland, and Paige all 5, 6, and 7 under par
Pushing.
though. They are. They want it. They want that top 4.
Hole 13 is a uphill par 3. It's 255, but takes almost 300, I think, feet of power to park it. You want to definitely hyzer in pretty early. It's really easy to end up pushing too straight and ending up on the right side and having an obstructed putt, or even just like being in the woods, which is awful. This is what you want. Mm-hmm. Kind of tight hyzer.
It made it a lot more difficult as well today because the wind was pushing pretty hard left to right like it has been the last 2 days.
Missy going Zeus. Needs some ground play.
She'll be in circle 2.
Yeah, that's like a pretty normal landing zone.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard throwing that high uphill. It's hard to keep it in the air.
Yep. And it's hard to trust it as well with this wind. Ella had the same problem yesterday, turning it over.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it was even trying to hyzer. It's just too straight. You just have to hyzer early out of the hand. Yeah, she'll probably be pretty obstructed.
That's a great looking shot from Kat. Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. Right to
Almost.
the bullseye. This one also a blind landing zone, so just depending on the crowd for their claps.
Missy from circle 2. Giving it a bid. Just a little bit short. This is another green where you have to worry about the roll away.
Oh man, yeah,
Oh,
Ella
wow.
pretty obstructed here.
All
Just
that-
chipping a forehand.
Yeah, all that power powered her deep into the woods.
Kristin, very windy putt here for a birdie.
Why not?
But why also, you know? A little high, but in. Birdie for Cat. Missy with a par, and Ella tapping in for a par as well.
And we enter the final stretch. Hole 14 is awesome. We will see Ella go for it. It's about 475 feet to make it over this out of bounds, but most people will chip up before we get here. The second shot gets tighter as you get closer to the basket. There is no out of bounds to worry about, but left side and right side can both be very challenging to get to the green, even if you're only in circle 2 distance away from the pin. You want to keep it in center cut on that second shot.
Kat's been going for it every day as well. She made it day 1, didn't quite make it yesterday. Looks like she's lining it up though. Power looks good.
Angle looked great.
Mm-hmm.
Height is high.
Dang, it was in the air forever too.
I like that she just chooses to go for that every time. She just commits to that. I think that's great.
Kristin sticking to the game plan. Most people throwing backhand off the tee. Kristin just chipping up a forehand. Ideally, you're getting into this shorter grass right here that's a little bit flatter and leaves you a pretty straight approach to the pin.
Missy with the hyzer layup, and she's found the flat. She will also have a straightforward hyzer approach to the basket. Ella going for it here. Getting a lot more turn on it than she has in days prior.
That's super far.
Yeah.
It's too far, but I mean,
Yeah, she's going to be pinched. It's going to be tough to get up and down, but she's got a lot of tools in her bag. Missy not turning it as much as she wants, but it sneaks through and she'll have a putt inside the circle.
yeah, honestly pretty fortunate to get through that corner. It tends to really hold people back and not leave you with a very good putt. Kristin with a similar throw here, and she's a little early, and the trees do stop her.
Yeah, look at all those little twigs she'll have to contend with to get to the green.
Yeah, the left side's definitely a little denser than the right. Cat looking to save her par here. She's a little on that right side, but should have something. Whoa.
Ella just looking at a wall, essentially.
Is she going up?
Yeah. Ooh, smoothie cake's up.
That would have been crazy if it went in. Kind of a mean little roll for a very creative shot from Ella.
Maybe she didn't know. Sometimes you just don't want to know.
Yeah, that's true.
You better not to know. Cat forced to just throw at the ground. Not much to work with in there. Even though she's just outside the circle.
So she'll be taking a bogey there. Kristin also just having a layup here for a par.
Missy has some low-hanging branches in her line of sight, but she's still lining it up.
Solid effort. I swear, if you're in that corner, there's just not a lot for you there on the putt.
Ella for birdie. No! The only look on the card. 25% of the FPO field, though, finding birdies on this hole.
Very cool. Nice, powerful par putt from Kristin. Ella's had a couple that I thought were in, and then they're just
on top of the cage.
Yeah, just right on the nub.
Ella and Missy both tapping in their pars. And Missy stretches a little bit further with her second place.
Got it!
Wow.
Triple champion, Katrina Allen! World champion, James Conrad!
The crowd was so spectacular today. Just the energy from you all was just amazing. I love you, Oregon!
Hole 15 is a very birdieable par 3, 270 feet. Just throw it out to the right and let it hyzer in. I believe it was a right to left wind primarily, which is pretty favorable. They did elevate this pin this year, so the putting green can get tough. It's a little bit less of a gimme birdie. It makes you earn that putt.
It's still played as the second easiest hole on the day. The slight uphill and the elevated basket did not keep the FPO field from figuring it out.
Kristin throwing her glory and just absolutely parking the hole. Because why not?
She's just dialed.
Yeah, looking like nothing can touch her, just cruising.
I mean, I guess that's how she has been all season. Just this time it's with an exclamation point. Missy getting some ground play. She'll find herself just outside the bullseye. 55% of the field with a birdie on this hole.
Check it out. Ella going mid-range again, like she did yesterday.
So much height. Let it glide.
MD3 and parked. Oh, parked-ish.
Close enough.
Yeah. This looks good from Kat as well.
She ace ran it yesterday.
The only time that sound is like a positive thing.
If she doesn't ace one in the next 3 holes, I think if we just kept playing, she'd ace today. Like, it's there.
Yeah, she's dialed. And our lead card making some neat work of this hole. Right, if that was not elevated, that'd be in, right? Mm-hmm. That's what it looked like.
Yep, that was the heart of the chains on a normal
She just
basket.
didn't account for the elevation of the pin. She just forgot. What a great shot.
Wow.
I mean, they were all great.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
Yeah. 4 for 4 birdies.
Cool.
Sweet. Love that. We go into the final stretch. Hole 16 is a chip shot off the tee. Nothing full power because there is water that you can find very easily. If you do throw into the water, there is a drop zone. Your second shot goes over this lake. The green is very guarded by all these very small pine trees and one big tree on the right side that protects from throwing a hyzer. You have to throw a straight shot or a forehand.
Kristin's been chipping up a very powerful harp shot, really controlled. A lot of ladies choosing to go fairway driver or driver, but you can get some ground play that way, and this just bites.
I mean, she's been in that exact same spot all 3 rounds.
Like she has a plan.
Yeah, but like within 6 feet
I know.
all 3 rounds.
Yeah, actually it would
unbelievable.
be cool to see like a graphic of where they were every day. Someone put that together, would you? Missy throwing the forehand. She's a little wider than you want. Oh no, it's fine. It's great.
Fine. Oh.
What? Sit though.
the
But
heck?
sit. Stop it. Huh. That was a good shot too.
She has no idea.
Yeah, I mean, she landed really short of the pond, and it rolled, what, 60 feet at least?
Ella will be pinched. Oh.
Why is this happening again? Okay, that's fine.
Okay, that's good. That's actually perfect. If she doesn't have those low-hanging tree branches in the way, it'll be fine. The trick with this layup zone is the footing. Kristin and Kat both getting past the tricky footing area. If you're a little shorter than that, sometimes you're forced to pitch down. Kat having to throw a standstill sidearm to cross the lake. It's about 220 feet to carry it.
Looks like she's got it. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
Great shot.
Takes a sigh of relief there. Kristin also going standstill sidearm.
Ooh, she's going to be playing with that tree on the right-hand side. Oh, okay, she gets through everything. No prob.
Yeah, it does drop her short. She might not have a putt, but at least she's across. Ella also going standstill sidearm.
This is it. This is the play, folks.
She's going up and over the trees. I like that. I like it a lot.
Oh, so good.
Yeah,
Checks up perfectly.
just such high level golf we're watching. And Missy with just such a brutal roll.
She can still save a par here.
Yeah, it's
And
just
with
unfortunate going into the final stretch.
And look at this approach.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. With that bad luck.
That was an undertaker from Missy, and what a par save. It looks like potentially Kat and Ella will be able to reel her in by a stroke, though.
And Kristin
And
just
Kristin.
keeps on birdieing.
Wow.
It doesn't get old watching either. So smooth.
Nice birdie from Kat.
Yeah, great recovery from her little funny stance that she had to take. Same with Ella. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Next week we will be at the Dynamic Disc Open. It's similar playing conditions, windy, wide open. I think we'll see a lot more of Ella Hanson on the lead card.
I believe you. Hole 17 is a par 4. It's only 560 feet, so very attackable. It's all about placement on the first shot. You want to end up to the left of that big tree. There is out of bounds all the way on the left-hand side. If you can land in the prime spot, it sets up a backhand putter or mid-range or a very controlled sidearm to the green. You definitely don't want to skip into the woods, and the left side can cause problems as well. So it's really about placement and control.
There was a tailwind on the tee shot that really helped your disc. Hyzer, you'll see Kristin just throwing at that big tree, not hoping for much ground play because there is that out of bounds on the left side.
She's going St. Pro and, gets a little close to the fence, but she shouldn't have an issue. Should have a wide open look on her second shot.
Ella keeping it a lot lower than we saw yesterday.
This looks great.
Hoping
so far.
for
Sit down.
no ground play.
She's way up there. And again, you get 2 meters off the barbed wire, so, her and Kristin shouldn't have that in their backswing at all.
Cat almost cutting the corner, getting way down there.
Yeah, it's interesting. You don't usually see them finish quite so high on the left side, but the distance definitely creates that advantage where I'm interested to see what their shot looks like from over there.
Missy throwing a little bit more of a turned shot.
Yeah, that's more of the kind of traditional spot to land, a little farther from the fence. Leaving yourself a straight shot here. Missy approaching with an ESP Meteor.
And that is turned absolutely perfectly.
That's beautiful. Just needs to sit.
There was a right to left crosswind on this downhill shot. It made it really tough because you're wanting to turn something. Kristin just taking that question out of play by throwing the sidearm here. She's had it check up really nicely the last 2 rounds. This one's a lot higher than the last 2 rounds, and
she kind of ended up there yesterday, too. She ended up having a bit of a skip. She's fine.
yeah, it still stops fairly quickly.
She's a 9-stroke lead. Like, she can take a par right now. Kind of an unforced error from Kat. Her face says it all. Wow. Ella, in a place I've never seen anybody land before.
Push so straight. She almost has a hyzer.
Yeah, right.
She does have a
Playing the
hyzer.
hole differently than everybody else. Is she just trying to throw these in?
Yeah, just buzzing the pin.
Wow. And she does stay on the edge of the wood, so should have a pretty good chance for her birdie here.
Kat just having to lay up for her par.
Oh, cool. Sick.
Still finding a way to make it exciting.
Kristin does have a wide open look here. Yeah, I said she can take a par. It doesn't mean she wants to. But she will.
Nice bid.
Missy for the birdie. This is important with Ella a little closer than her. All right.
So many chains.
Yeah. It bounced like off the pole.
Yeah,
to the
these
left.
baskets do not like left side at all.
Oh, Ella, a little more in the woods than I thought. Unable to cash as well. So Missy has 1 stroke on both Kat and Ella going into the final hole.
So much can happen on hole 18. It's such a crazy finishing hole. I mean,
Yeah,
you can
it
go
often-
anything from eagle to double or even triple.
Yeah, it
Like,
often plays as one of the hardest holes, if not the hardest.
today's the 8th most difficult hole. It's
Oh,
right in the
interesting.
middle of the
All right.
pack.
Shredding it today.
The conditions were a wee bit calmer. This gap is really narrow and big downhill shot. So if you don't have the right angle on your disc, it can finish way left or way right. Out of bounds is on the left-hand side. The fence all the way down. It wraps in tighter on both sides as you move into your second and third shot. Ideally, your second shot lands past that grouping of trees, but it has a tendency to get tangled up, making your third shot tough. All you want to do is just lay something down softly when you get to this green. It was very windy on the green as well, so closer to the pin is better, especially today.
It was a tough win, same as yesterday, right to left, which makes it tough on the right-hand backhand player because you want to throw something straight, but if you expose the disc angle at all, it fades towards out of bounds. Whoa! That was like insane. Wow. Elevator action into the pole.
It like bounced off the top of the pole.
like, what just happened?
That was so cool.
Good shot. I mean, it was. Hello with a low line. It's turning a little more than you'd want, but should be okay.
She'll be in the bog. The bog is not bad.
Pretty.
Yep,
She
that looks great.
flips it up. It is getting pushed, but she is just fine and way down there. Nice shot, Kat.
Being on that left side, you can have to deal with some low-hanging branches on your second shot. Are not able to bite off as much as maybe you'd like. Missy throwing nose down, getting some wind bounces. But no
over the
big deal.
bog.
Yeah. Just
And
over
through the woods.
bog. Ooh, Ella having to throw a patent pending on her second shot at an out-of-bounds fence line. Hopefully she's got something flippy in her hand. It looks like an MD3.
Oh, yeah. She couldn't have done too much more there. Smart play. Missy going Thrasher. And she's looking at that right side. And gets almost all the way through. She'll have a chance for a birdie here, which would seal second place.
That is the story of this hole, getting tangled up in that clump of trees in the middle.
Kristin lining up the left side with a sidearm. Love that.
Getting some great distance, blowing by the 300-foot marker.
Not hitting it this time. Cat standstill sidearm going the left side fairway. Also a great looking shot.
Yeah. She'll be kind of pinched against that one little tree, but it's no big deal. She's only got about 250 feet left to the pin. Actually, a little less than that, maybe like 215.
Ella, let's see what's happening here. She's going left side.
Nice turnover,
yeah. Not trying to get greedy and get the birdie. She's just settling for a par here. Missy at one branch in her stance, just a little bit.
Forcing her to flex something instead of throw a hyzer, and she leaves it short.
All right, so Cat with a chance to tie it up potentially here. Oh no.
Oh.
Weird.
Yeah, she shows the underside of the disc, and that wind gusts hard. Blows her just barely out of bounds. Listen to that. Listen to it rip.
Yeah, she didn't throw it with that much hyzer, but the wind just took it immediately. Amazing tournament for Kristin Tattar. First Elite Series win of 2022. Ella with a final layup here. Landing within 15 feet for her par.
Missy throwing her fourth shot, just chipping up to the green.
Just a little Crystal Fierce action. Into the bullseye. So with Cat out of bounds and Ella taking a par, that seals second place for Missy.
Wow.
Really good tournament from Cat. It's a joy to watch her all weekend.
Mm-hmm. She's been playing strong all season and all at the end of last year as well.
And Ella, this putt for...
Oh no!
I think, was that for solo third? I'm having a hard time doing math. You know me.
Yeah, I think it was. Unless something happened on the chase card.
That's true. All right.
What a finish. Finishing with a birdie after just getting a million all weekend long.
So
Ella and Kat with very strong showings. Missy solidifying her second place finish, I believe.
Gentlemen, for 2022, Play It Again Sports Jonesboro Open, presented by Prodigy champion, Kristin Tattar.
Kristin, congratulations on a commanding victory. Tell us how you're feeling right now.
Feeling great. I've been playing well all weekend, and it's always fun to play well.
So can you help us understand what it's like to come into the lead with 7 strokes during the final round?
Well, in disc golf, everything can happen, so I never think about like, oh my gosh, I have so many strokes. I can like do whatever I want. I just follow my game plan. Doesn't matter like which position I'm in. So yeah, just follow my game plan.
And can you also help us understand what it takes to come back after such a difficult loss in dramatic fashion last week, to come back and win by this big of a margin?
Yeah, I think I have a short memory. It happened. There was nothing I could do about it. It was sad for a moment. I cried a little bit, and then I forgot about it.
Wow. Only 2 bogeys on the weekend, and one of them was a rollaway during round 1. How do you keep it so clean out there?
Yeah, I was driving very well. I think first round I was at least inside circle 2 on every hole. So yeah, I gave myself a lot of opportunities, and it was just, I was feeling well, yeah.
So you've got one more Pro Tour next weekend in DDO, and it looks like you're taking the month of May off.
Yes, just taking some time off to be at home, maybe compete at some of the local tournaments. Yeah, it's tough on the road all the time.
So I overheard a fan say that you are the warrior princess of disc golf. And due to your poise and confidence, I can't say I disagree. What do you have to say about that?
Well, thank you. I just think I'm a regular person. Just I'm focused on myself, and I love disc golf and just do what I love. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the victory, and we can't wait to watch you compete next weekend in Kansas.
Thank you so much.
Wow, talented and humble.
Warrior princess, regular person. Only 2 bogeys on the whole weekend.
I know, I feel like we should have talked about that more. That's unbelievable.
I didn't realize it was so few. That's unreal.
Yeah, what a great stat. I mean, there's just so many places you can roll away to, and we heard Nate say one of those due to a roll away.
Yeah.
So what a great showing from Kristin. I mean, this one goes into the history books for sure.
Yep. Missy with a really clean back 9, securing solo second, and Ella and Kat tied for the 3rd place finish.
Well deserved.
Yeah. Holland Hanley with a 7 down to finish 5th, tied with Katrina Allen, who shot a 6, and Paige Pierce with the hot round, tied with Kristin Tattar at an 8 down, moves up to 7th.
And the FPO field is more competitive than ever. We're glad that you guys like to watch and listen to us talk about it. Thanks to the Flying VIP membership club. And thanks to GK Pro for celebrating FPO footage.
Yeah, we're doing a little giveaway, so if you want to support GK Pro at gkprodisc.com and sign up for $10 a month, doing a little giveaway, just a America Tour Series disc and 2 Hot Geese pins, so sign up and we'll do a little giveaway.
Yeah, leave us a comment if there's anything you guys are thinking. We appreciate you so much hanging out with us week after week. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We'll see you next time. Honk.